Greetings everyone, here's Lodrik again, and this is a game War in the Pacific, Advanced Edition. This is my play by email match against Xargun. He's allied player, and for me it is Empire of Japan. Scenario 1, standard setup, nothing special. I take Kuala Lumpur without a fight, nice. And this is game version 26B, so the classic map. 27, the other match with Kilroy is not everyone is happy with this version, let's say this. But in this map, I find here my rowboat. So this is this German submarine design, you can see more or less from both First World War. Finding a cargo ship, three torpedoes, and these are this smaller torpedoes, so they don't have much firepower, but for sinking cargo ships, it's enough. This means more or less my submarines are now in position to harass the east coast of Australia, and from the Dutch East Indies cargo ships arriving slowly here maybe. So I don't know if I'm too late or Xargun is too fast. I was hoping that I have a little more time to prepare my airbase in Rabaul and shut down all shipping at the east coast of Australia. Yeah. So some sighting reported, but 90% is blue and discharge. There's still search airplanes out of Palm Bay, Singapore, wherever, but they're only looking around and see what I do, but not really interfere. Yeah, a lot of bad weather. But this happened to everyone. So I try to sweep Rangoon, see if there's any active cap, but no. Yeah. Again, no battle. Then I simply say, okay, let's bomb what is possible to bomb. In China, you can always bomb something. How much effect is heavily related to top. I must also take care of Clarkfield a little more. At the beginning, the first two turns I damaged it heavily, but now Xargun was already starting to repair everything. Here's a Dornier. Somehow my cap is maybe just off, I'm not so sure. And unluckily, these Dorniers are bringing not only one hit, second hit, and the third hit on the Fuji. So that is an instant kill because these are 300 kilogram bombs. So that is my first military unit, you could call it, killed by this Dornier. The only bright side is these are APDs, Fujis. First they had nothing to load, there was only guard ships. And these are Momi class APDs. And these are second class First World War ships. So not only that they are old, there was already second class only in First World War. So I think they have 800 tons. They are purely escort ships for convoys and nothing more. I think the value is 1 or 2, so we will see. If I lose this kind of ship, I would say maybe moral victory for the Allies, but this have no impact at all in the greater picture of this war. Still, it also shows me, oh, maybe my cap was just off or not ready, so I must make sure that this not happened again. Because if there was now a troop convoy full of troops or cargo, it could be a disaster. I sweep so by again, only to make sure that maybe Xargun won battle, but no, it's really nothing will come out. So the next airstrike against Singapore. A little more damage this day. Yeah. And there's a sinking sound of a submarine. Maybe Xargun tried to escape with damaged submarines over the Pacific. Maybe he can try this. That's really not a good way for Japan early on to hunt them down. I won't focus on what is really important. That is for me the campaign in Malaya, the campaign on Luzon, and my Southeast Asia thrust. Good. My tanks are arriving. Always a little faster than the infantry. They cannot overcome here in this heavy terrain the defense, but inflicting casualties. This army HQ was left over from last time. It's defeated but not destroyed. A little special. Normally the tendency that they are destroyed is high. Lusu war area is also retreating. Okay. And I try to take out this independent fighting forces of the Australian army, and they're now destroyed. There's a base force in Taiwo. Yeah, nothing happens. Thai units are not so motivated to really fight and die for the empire, but they will learn this sooner or later. Thai forces starting very weak like Chinese, but if you give them 3 months in a base and let them train, then they are decent second-class forces. I mean, the main purpose is always garrison, but they can at least defend a base. Good, so today was air losses light on both sides, the Catalina and the Sonia. The pilot is wounded and will likely then come back. For me, it was I killed a better Dutch cargo ship. That is really a good one, long range but not fast. And I lose a APD, the Mumi class, so 4 points. The points are a little high, but you can see 900 tons. And this ship have really only one 12-centimeter gun. And yeah, I think there's a second Mumi class ship here in Malaya. The same here. Hagi is the second one of this type. It's also Momi class APD. They start like this. I don't convert them. And then you can, this is a typical stuff. So they have short range. You can upgrade them. This is the only possible upgrade. And then they're getting radar in mid of 43. But in mid of 43, this is a typical upgrade of 43 for the Japanese Navy. There are hundreds of ships upgrading with radar 13 at that time. So It's only one out of many. And the important stuff is it's still only shallow water equipment for anti-submarine. So it's an escort ship, but it's the lowest possible class of escort ship. So I don't really care too much. Um, if you compare this to a Fubuki 2 or 2, that is a real frontline destroyer at any time. If I upgrade this, so in beginning of 43, I get here already deep water equipment. And the problem is only with Fubukis, they don't get the radar in 43. I'm not sure why, but so you get here in beginning of 44 the good equipment for deep water and surface radar. And first in beginning of 45 you get air radar. But okay, Fubukis are more or less surface engagement ships and not so much escort destroyer. Good, so in China, no real big change. Cleaning up a little the map, but the big armies are still first trying to form up. But in Malaya, you can see most of the bases are already under control. I will, in 2-3 days, I arrive in Georgetown. I take Kuala Lumpur. And I must still but I must drive my tanks to finish off this already defeated British units and take the last base here in Taiping. Not sure. I think the tanks and the infantry is maybe at the same time. I take Georgetown. You cannot walk here directly. I mean, you could, but this is slow, so it's always faster to take first Georgetown and then go back. My carriers are simply not engaging anything here. This Australian forces are defeated, and I will now try to. I already loaded here up my forces to go as soon as possible to Port Moresby, because the best defense is offense. And to save Rabaul in the long run, it's the best to simply take out Port Moresby. If you build up Port Moresby is the other question, but you don't. If you take Port Moresby, there's normally no way for land-based aircraft to attack Rabaul. Maybe of course Horn Island, but yeah, let's say this it's very unlikely. My carriers are now at I choose to more or less go east and will now turn around between Suva, Nomaya, and trying to intercept here any convoys, if there are any running. I mean, I don't know, but I only guess that many Allied players would make sense to have the route go to Sydney, because Sydney is the main port for Australia so early on. It's a port of 8, so nearly unlimited dock capacity, at least now early. Good. See you next time. Yeah, maybe there was a sinking sound, but no mine hit. Yeah, no more I cannot really say. Then see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.